Imagine living through an era where the color of your skin determined your legal status, where you lived, and who you could marry. This was the harsh reality of South Africa during the apartheid era. A grim chapter in human history, apartheid was a system of institutionalized racial segregation and discrimination that existed in South Africa from 1948 to 1994. The roots of apartheid can be traced back to the arrival of the Dutch settlers in the 17th century. However, it was in the aftermath of World War II in 1948, when the National Party came to power, that apartheid became the official policy of the South African government. This policy legally enforced racial segregation, leading to the systematic oppression of the majority Black African inhabitants. Under apartheid, the South African population was divided into 4 racial groups: Black, White, Asian, and Colored. Each group had different rights and restrictions. Non-white South Africans were forced to live in separate areas from whites, and they were denied access to certain public services. This policy of separate development extended to all aspects of life, from housing and education to employment and marriage. The 1960s to the mid-70s marked the height of apartheid, with the introduction of more restrictive laws and widespread crackdowns on anti-apartheid activists. Despite global condemnation and sanctions, the South African government maintained its apartheid policies. However, the winds of change began to blow in the mid-80s. Internal opposition, coupled with international pressure, began to shake the foundations of the apartheid regime. The turning point came in 1990 when then President F.W. de Klerk announced the end of apartheid and the release of Nelson Mandela, who had spent 27 years in prison for his anti-apartheid activities. The apartheid era officially ended in 1994, with South Africa's first democratic elections, in which Nelson Mandela was elected as the country's first Black president. This momentous event marked the beginning of a new era for South Africa. In the heart of Johannesburg stands a monument to this turbulent period in South African history, the Apartheid Museum. Opened in 2001, the museum provides a powerful insight into the apartheid era. Through its exceptional design and exhibits, it tells the story of the triumph of the human spirit over adversity. The museum is more than just a collection of artifacts. It's a journey through a dark chapter in human history, a story of oppression and resistance, of injustice and reconciliation. It serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of racial prejudice and the importance of fighting against discrimination in all its forms. The Apartheid Museum is not only significant for its comprehensive depiction of the apartheid era, but also for its role in promoting understanding and healing in post-apartheid South Africa. It stands as a beacon of hope, symbolizing the country's commitment to a future free from racial discrimination. In conclusion, the apartheid era was a dark period in South Africa's history, marked by racial segregation and discrimination. However, it was also a time of resistance and eventual triumph over oppression. The Apartheid Museum serves as a powerful reminder of this era, promoting understanding and reconciliation in a country still healing from its past. It stands as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring pursuit of freedom and equality.